Ulbrich available. Coach, whenever you're ready.
All right, good morning, guys. Obviously, a lot of frustration, anger, sadness, all the emotions that you feel after a loss. It's just, and as they've piled up here a little bit, I feel just tremendously bad for that locker room. You know, their process has been right, and that makes it the most frustrating thing because, you know, we're sitting here forced to search for some answers. You know, I thought from an offensive perspective, big emphasis on starting fast. We'd struggled with that as of late, and I thought the offense did that. Came out, played really good football early on, and then after that interception, feel like we just not play like that first half team. You know, from a procedural standpoint, from a execution standpoint, missed ops all over the place. Behind the sticks way too often. Did not play good football in the second half, and really after that interception. There were spots here and there. It wasn't all bad, but not to our standard. Defensively, I thought they played well for most of the day. At the end of the day, the penalties and the couple deep balls that we gave up, they killed us. You know, and to win games like that, you can't give that type of stuff up. I thought special teams played winning football for us, without a doubt. Kane, just what a tremendous story. A guy's worked his butt off as of late and earned this op to be up, and you know, so excited for him and that entire unit to get him home and to score like we did. Injury standpoint, Sauce, don't have any new information on him yet, and Morgan Moses, the same as, don't have any new information. So you'll get it when I get it. Beyond that, questions?
Jeff, have you made any changes at quarterback? Do you intend to keep Aaron as your starter this week?
I do.
And you said yesterday that you wanted to, watch the tape before giving any sort of assessment of Aaron. So what did you see when you watched it, and what went into the decision to keep him as your starter?
We have great belief in Aaron. We really do. And we think he gives us the best opportunity to win. After assessing yesterday's game, I thought there was moments in the first half where you saw Aaron Rodgers. I thought there was moments even in the second half where you saw Aaron Rodgers, and then there was moments that he didn't play to his standard, and he'd tell you the same. So we think we believe that he gives us the best opportunity to win. So he's our quarterback.
When players struggle and they're 28 years old, right? You say, oh, maybe they're having a bad stretch or something like that. When they're older, 40, 41, you start to question how they lost it, right? How is it near the end? I'm sure during your career you kind of went through something like this. Do you have any questions whether Aaron can still do this, at a high level?
I don't, because I see enough evidence on tape of him still being capable of playing high-level football for us.
When you talk about what you're seeing on tape, Jeff, I guess just to clarify specifically with that, you look at the numbers and they're not great. He hasn't thrown for 300 yards yet this year. I mean, he's been under 200 yards. I think it is 5 times. You guys are 3 and 9. So there is mounting evidence that maybe he doesn't necessarily give you the best chance to win. So what are you seeing beyond the numbers that give you that confidence?
Well, the games where he was truly healthy, go back to the second Patriot game. And then this game, I thought you started to see his mobility come back. And obviously, I think injury has a lot to do with what his numbers are this season. He's battled through a lot of things, regardless of your age. What he's had is something that, some guys in this league may not play with, So, he's a tough guy, and he feels a high level of accountability to his teammates. That's why he's out there every week for us. And we believe as he gets healthier and his mobility starts to improve, I think you're going to see a better and better version of him.
Jeff, if Aaron didn't have the pedigree that he has, would this be a different decision, do you think?
Well, that's part of every conversation regarding Aaron. Just like, he's done amazing things. He's done legendary things, Hall of Fame things in this league, and I think that's always part of the conversation, always.
When you make a decision like this to ride with Aaron, how much do you discuss that with Woody? How much input does he have?
We have good, healthy conversations, Woody and myself. So, and I'd like to keep those private, please.
Jeff, when it comes to, you said you're sticking with Aaron. Is that for the rest of this season unequivocally that he is your guy barring health the rest of the year, or is this more of a week-to-week thing at the moment?
No, he's our quarterback.
Jeff, you said yesterday about the penalties. You wanted to take a closer look at them and see what, if they were real, if they're not real. What's your overall assessment of the penalties, and particularly the fourth quarter, that series on defense?
Yeah, the pre-snap stuff, totally unacceptable. We had the offsides, which was real. Obviously, the 12 men, unacceptable, and I'll take part of the credit for that for sure. The horse collar, to me, that's an aggressive penalty. Sometimes just in a scrum like that, things like that happen. The fact that he didn't get tackled by the horse collar itself, and it was the minute he identified they had that part of his jersey, let it go. That's an aggressive penalty, and then obviously the DPI by Stiggs. We just got to keep our hands down and stay cleaner in those moments, which can be very challenging, especially at the top of the route like that. But we can play it better. So, a couple in there that were aggressive that we're always going to be able to live with, and there's a couple in there that are totally unacceptable.
DJ Reed had a pretty harsh criticism of the officiating on his social media account last night. I'm sure you've been briefed on that. What is your opinion of the way he reacted?
Yeah, I'm going to have a conversation with DJ regarding it, and that'll be between the two of us. But I love DJ to death. I mean, he's a guy that stands for everything that we believe in here. The way he plays, style of play is competitive, tough, scrappy. I mean, he's a player that's been a big part of why this defense has been as good as it's been last couple of years, and love DJ to death. But that's going to be a private conversation between the two of us.
But what's your opinion about a player cursing out the league officiating in a public forum?
I'd rather keep that to myself. I'm going to have a conversation with DJ regarding that.
We'll take a couple more, Coach. Couple more.
Jeff, after the speculation that there might be a quarterback change, did you have a conversation with Aaron? Did you guys talk and say everything's staying the same?
We talked last week. Yes, we did.
On the 12-man penalty, I know you touched on it yesterday at the game. The punter obviously was dealing with something. They were showing that on the broadcast. How aware were you of that at that time, that the punter may be injured? Did you see something that told you that made you think they were going to punt initially, or was it just instinct on 4th and 6? Can you just kind of take us through the mechanics of what happened there?
Yeah, there was a moment there where we thought we had seen the special team coordinator signal on the sideline their punt stuff. So, and I was aware of the punter being nicked and struggling there, and he was uncertain to finish. But it's got to get communicated across the board. When you're subbing, you're subbing the guys near the ball and the line of scrimmage, and it was one of those ones that got away from us, and it's totally unacceptable that X was back there obviously as the returner, and we missed it. It can't happen. It was a critical error and a critical moment of the game.
Can you talk about Olu's play yesterday, making that second start left tackle?
Yeah, he's just and I keep saying it sounds like I'm just saying the same thing over and over again, but it's the truth. The more ops to play, the better he gets. He just builds on each performance, and in both phases, both in the run game and pass protection. So just so excited about the future this guy has.
We saw some guys get opportunities yesterday that haven't, like Isaiah Davis did a little more, and obviously the touchdown, Kane. Will you look to do that more down the stretch here and get some guys maybe on the field that haven't been there?
Well, yeah, when guys, they earn the opportunity to play, we're going to absolutely give them an opportunity to play. Like Isaiah Davis and Kane are two, they stand for all the right stuff, like to get a window into their world. I mean, they're two of the better practice players I've ever been around, ever. Player, coach, my 20-plus years in this league. So, it's a great opportunity to reward great behavior, especially in times like these.
After the game, Breece Hall was beating himself up for the fumble, and he called it the most trying year of his life. Those were his exact words. I'm wondering, from your coaching perspective, what have you seen? I think he's got a handful of fumbles this year, which is unusual for him. Is he pressing? What do you see from a guy who's clearly not performing up to his own expectations?
Yeah, first of all, I'll say this about Breece. I've seen the amount of growth that's come this year behind the scenes has been astounding. His practice habits, his meeting habits, all of it is become elite. The process has become elite. I think he'd tell you that, especially the ball security stuff, that's not to his standard at all. Takes great pride in protecting the ball and taking care of it, and and that is not up to his or our standard as far as that is concerned. But I would say this: there has been growth, amazing growth by him, and it's going to pay dividends. It will. Statistically, it doesn't always tell the story completely, but his process is right, and just the fact that he is absolutely taking that one on the chin after the game, another reflection of the teammate that he's really becoming. It's one of the bright spots in a season like this.
Can you speak about Will's growth? I know he got a pair of sacks yesterday. Now it's 10 sacks in his second season there.
Yeah, it's another guy that's just another bright spot in a season with not as many bright spots as you'd like. And it's absolutely a byproduct of his process. Here's a guy that gained nearly 20 pounds this offseason and kept his weight on all year long. Not a naturally big guy, a guy that's got to work at it, and he has. Practice habits have become elite, all of it, and for all that to be demonstrated in the sack production that he's had is you feel good about stuff like that. But so excited about Will.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.